On the 3rd of October 2020, I released Weeping Woods 100 drops to the world. Now that video is really horrendous, and it's the only video I've ever wanted to redo. And now Fortnite has given me that chance by bringing back the old Chapter 2 map. So if Fortnite wants to get nostalgic, I'll get nostalgic. What's going on, Fortnite fans? My name's and in this video, I'll be dropping Weeping Woods 100 more times. Let's get right into game number 1. Yes, that's right, Chapter 2 is back, and this was my first drop of the season. I had to go back, because this is a long time coming. Literally, 4 years of my life I've been waiting for this moment. To be honest with you, I thought I'd be kind of rusty, but no, it felt like muscle memory kicked in. I literally knew exactly where to go, and I will give you better tips and tricks this time, because Weeping Woods 100 drops, ignore that video. There's also this gnome here that flips you off. He's my kind of guy. And I took my first bloods near the campsite in Weeping Woods. If you don't know what Weeping Woods is, it is a resort location. There is a big, wide space with a lot of wood and stone, and a lot of chests if you find the right places. And as a person who has dropped here many times on and off camera, I know every location for every single chest. And that is not an understatement. All that knowledge and I still got killed by a 13-year-old. And then I waited for Fortnite to fix that stupid fucking locker glitch. Another good place to go in Weeping Woods is this tower thing. To be honest with you, Weeping Woods kind of went downhill after Season 6 removed this tower, so you know. Oh god. Oh no. No. Yeah, I deserve that for what I did. You know how in the original video I said if you land here you're a noob? I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. This location's great. You want some good advice? Land here. It is the second best unnamed location on the Chapter 2 map, and it's right next to Weeping Woods and Slurpy Swamps. Ooh, a llama. Please don't move, please don't move, please don't move. Yes! But let's go down to the final circle where the last player just took it down to a 1v1. We got into an intense build fight, but I got a good shot and I won the game.
I came in a bit before the opening said I took the bet. I know the rest is good. I get.
But the question is, can I get the back-to-backs? If you thought I was actually going to get the back-to-backs, you need to look yourself in the mirror and realize who you're watching. If you're gonna land the main bit of Weeping Woods, always land this house, because you always have 3 chances of chests when you go through this roof. You have the one on top, the one in the fireplace, and the one in the little cupboard bit. I said that in the original video, except it was a bit weird. Editing existed past Nathan. And now let's edit to my death. In Game 6, I was joined by Random and Avery. Weeping Woods 100 drops was the video that brung us together, and based on Random's annoyance of my gameplay, Weeping Woods 100 drops might be the reason we get teared apart too. This person tried to contend me for the chests. They didn't realise that I was the king of Weeping Woods. I'm pretty sure that these rifts were placed for 0 build, but either way they're in normal builds and they are a godsend. Use them as much as you can because they will ultimately help you a lot. I entered Salty Springs and smelt the familiar stench of war. I exited Salty Springs alive, which is a lot less familiar. And after I left Salty Springs, I did what I did best. The funny thing is, somebody actually jumped in with me, and it didn't take them very long to realise that somebody else was in there. I didn't make it much farther than that. Can you guess where I landed Game 8? Yeah, that's right, it was Weeping Woods. If you guessed anywhere else, I'm not gonna lie to you, you're a bit of an idiot. Don't worry, I'm a bit of an idiot too, I missed a crucial gunshot. Here's a bit of advice, always pick up the drum guns, they're really good. And just like the real Chapter 2 Season 2, if you have the mythic drum gun, you're more than likely going to win. Unless an idiot that landed Weeping Woods gets a lucky shot. This feels very reminiscent of Pleasant Park 100 drops. Yeah, I didn't even get a shot in. In Game 10, I left Weeping Woods early. I led a peaceful life, collecting mushrooms and all. But the violent life called me, and I started rampaging. But let's go down to the final circle, where I just brought it down to a 1v1. The last player attacks me, and I just ran until I got a lucky shot. I don't even know why I'm trying. I'm never gonna beat the win rate that was chapter 3 100 drops. But you know, life goes on. But unfortunately, my life didn't go on that long during this game. As I said earlier, Weeping Woods is good for wood and stone, but it's not good for metal. So if you do have time, I would always recommend going over to Slurpy Swamps. Because Slurpy Swamps is good for two things: shields and metal. But let's go down to when it was a 1v1. The rest of this game was just shoot and run, because this guy wouldn't stop shooting at me. Whilst running from the storm, I tried to defend myself, and I blocked myself in, and ultimately, I lost my life. In game 13, I went as Silly Squirtle Gaming, so it's fitting that I got a sniper. Yeah, well the good luck had to end somewhere. I left Weeping Woods early because I wanted to find something that I remembered. This was also the moment that I realised choppers are in the game. I did not know that. And I found what I was looking for, the dance club. In my opinion, chapter 2 has some of the best unnamed locations out of every chapter. And later on in the game, I found the Meowdus rifle just sitting in the middle of nowhere. And later on in the exact same game, I got attacked by 4 different people at once. I tried, I really did, but I'm not good at this game. Game 15, I had a pump, but I just didn't use it. There was moments during this 100 drops where I would look around and I thought I saw Wolverine at the corner of my eye. That's definitely PTSD induced. But that wasn't the only thing that gave me PTSD. Random joins me in this game, so this means that we're actually going to see some good gameplay. This was a warm-up round. I went as a roadman in game 18. Yes, that was a British joke. Americans, look it up. I tried to break down Random, but he was aware the whole time. We moved to Sweaty Sands to live a peaceful life. Oh shit. We made it through with most of our organs intact. But let's go down to the final circle where... Okay. I looked through replay, but I couldn't really find much, so I have 2 theories. Either they disconnected, or they were building in this river bit, and they just got stuck down here when the storm closed in. I don't know which one, but a win's a win. But the question is, can we get the back-to-backs? Okay, let's just drop my normal Who the fuck? Yes, that's right. In this game, me and Random were joined by Silly Squirtle and Miles. 1 second we were messing around with cars, and the next... we got rebooted, and then we died again. So by that point, I think Random just had enough. Game 20, I wore my chapter 2 main. Holly Hedges is another place you can go after Weeping Woods. It's a really nice location. I actually did drop here 100 times, but I never released that video. But let's go down to the final circle where it's not looking good. But Silly Squirtle managed to do the impossible and clutch up the game. In game 21, I am obligated to thank Miles for killing the bots. Thank you, Miles. Later on in the game, we were attacked by a car. 1 second it was on the ground, and the next... 4 minutes later, that is not an exaggeration, this came up in our feed. The funny thing is, one of them survived and rebooted the whole team. I genuinely don't know how. It was tight, but as I was drinking a big pot, we won the game. I don't want to talk about game 22. This is what we call a collaborative process. Silly Squirtle is dropping Slurpy Swamps for his 100 drops, which may or may not be out by now, and I'm dropping Weeping Woods. We didn't really last long this game, the Lumberjacks got us. I wore my chapter 4 main in this game. I didn't even realise until recently that I had a main for every chapter. Chapter 1 was Summit Striker, Chapter 2 was Comfy Chomps, Chapter 3 was Beast Boy, Chapter 4 was Remy, and Chapter 5 was Lucian West. I know why I told you that information, you do not care. Don't worry, Illy Sale 26 shut me up. We're now at a quarter waypoint, and this was as far as I got back in Season 8 when I tried to do a second one. And I remember very vividly I won that game, so hopefully I can recreate it. Nope. I left Weeping Woods with some great loot in game 26. But good loot is not everything, because you also need good skills. Oh, this brings me back. Fuck you, Tomato Head. This person was definitely a Tomato Head supporter. In game 28, I got killed by a 22-year-old wearing a superhero skin. I hope you're proud of yourself. And to rub salt on the wound, he danced on me. I got sick of losing, so I brought in my backup. And Random did a great job because I actually got to the final circle where it became a 2v2. And all I had to really do was sit back and look like I was actually helping. For most of this game, me and Random were just playing around in a car. But when it actually mattered, me and Random got to work. Which led us down to the final circle where it was a 2v2. And I actually got the final kill this game, which is weird because it's me. Game 31, and I think it's a bit overdue. Kill montage? Question mark. Thinking emoji? But the question is, can we get the back-to-back-to-back-to-backs? I mean, the luck had to run out somewhere, right? Also, I'm not using your fucking creator code. It can't get worse than this, right? I stand corrected. So I had to go back to my default ways just to prove a point. 4 years ago, when I said that a default killed me on a bridge, I didn't think that I would become that exact same default. It's like Back to the Future without a budget. Or Michael J. Fox. Or Doc. Or Hollywood. It's not Back to the Future at all. I don't know why I said that. We rampaged through everybody we saw. Or more accurately, Random rampaged through everyone we saw. But I did get the final kill, so who here actually is better? It's Random. It's definitely Random. This is the way. It was a very slow day in Weeping Woods. I didn't see a soul. Eventually I did, and you know the rest of the story. But the story didn't end there. I got back up on my feet. Not for long though. But Random got his revenge, and we won the game. Game 36 wasn't fun. There ain't enough room in this town for the two of us. I rode my horsey into Pleasant Park and I got rid of the town sheriffs. But unfortunately, the other outlaw got me. I'm sorry to every American that I just offended with that terrible accent. But I bet you'll be glad that I died very early on. In game 39 I found a sky base. And ever since I shot that one down in Craggy Cliffs, I just joined them. But somebody had already got to them. Later on in the game, I took it down to a 1v1. But the final player got a better shotgun shot than me, and he won the game. I don't really want to talk about game 40. Game 41, Random is back, so it actually means that I can win. And in this game, Random discovered a glitch where if you scroll wheel, you can fly really high with a car. It was very fun, but it was also very flawed. But eventually we lost the car, so we actually had to play the game, which actually led me to get the final kill. Game 42, back-to-backs are on the line, so you would think that we'd play the game seriously. The funny thing was, when it got to the final player, he was doing the exact same thing. But he made a mistake, and when he came back down, he flipped right into Storm, all the way to Salty Springs. And now all we had to do was wait and get our free Victory Royale.
But I'll write up everything again. This can't be the end. This can't be the end.
In game 43, everyone started attacking Frenzy Farm, and I didn't make it. Random nearly made it. Nearly. In game 44, we didn't even make it out of Weeping Woods. I don't even know what happened game 45. It was a bit of a blur. In game 46, I made the mistake of entering the dog pound, and I died to a person that was on 1 HP. In game 47, I just saw this person do the smartest move of all time. Game 48, the first real person I saw got me. In game 49, random just joined for 1 game. Either my memory is wrong, or this is out of order. I don't care, either way it's a game. In this game, we didn't see any real people until it was a 2v2. They put up a good fight, but random is actually good at this game. Game 50 was just bad, and I have no excuse, I'm sorry. By this point, it was pretty easy just to do everything in Weeping Woods. It was before I even started, but now it's just a routine. Which means that I get much further in games. But unfortunately, I'm still bad at the game, so I don't get many wins. This is pretty embarrassing considering what I said last game. In game 53, I was joined by silly Squirtle, and he took the house spot again. Wow, silly. Wow. But later on in the game, we got killed by a person who can't even spell anime right. Silly Squirtle had to leave, so Random and Avery joined me. And you know what we did most of the game, I do not have to show you. Ooh, what a lovely undercarriage this car has. What the fuck? Everything went to shit after that. It wasn't very fun. You know what? I've got a good feeling. I think we're gonna win this game. Game 56 I forgot to change skin, so it doesn't matter. Game 57 was a bit different, Random just attacked everyone he saw, and to his credit it worked because now we're down to a 1v1. This guy was incredibly sweaty, but Random was even more sweatier and won the game. Back to solos game 58. Whoa, foul play. Hello and welcome to Elimination Insider. I am Brent Allen, your host, and today we are analysing aspiring player Nathan's gameplay. He's calling foul play, saying a third party attacked him. Let's analyse this footage. As you can see, Nathan is fairly attacking a player, and a third party attacks, and oh! And if he died to the actual third party, he would be in the right. Let's see. And it's a fail. Better luck next time, Nathan. I don't even know what happened this game. 1 second I had 1 kill, and then I entered Frenzy Farm and a massacre started. I left Frenzy Farm a different person, mocked by the death of my enemies. Unfortunately, there was someone even more powerful in the lobby called the Star Killer, and I had no interest in meeting them. But unfortunately, she wanted to meet me, and she made me her last victim. This was probably the worst game in the whole 100 drops. In game 61, I was joined by resident Australian man, Frowzyn. He was on 300 ping and I'm bad at the game. Didn't end well. You don't want to know what happened. It will scar you. You would think that the lovely getaway resort would be less dangerous, but you would be wrong. Not to matter, me and Frowzyn somehow made it to the final circle where it was a 2v2. And all I had to do was watch Frowzyn do his magic, and we won the game. I wish I could say that we done as good in game 63, but the truth is, we barely made it out of Weeping Woods. In game 84, Ari joined us, and he actually had okay ping, which means we have a chance. We had the great idea of shipping ourselves to the final circle, and we used next day delivery so it would be quick. And it worked in record time, just in time for the 3v3. As per usual, Frowzyn and Ari did most of the work, and I just shot rockets.
Inside a kiln between the fire. We are gonna break sometime. You placed it anyway.
Random joins me this game. That's normally a good thing, but it didn't really work out. As you can see, game 66 is the first day of the Spaghetti Grotto. Yes, I did record 65 games in 7 days. And I really wanted a solo win. It had been 56 games since my last solo win. And that's mainly because when I'm playing with other people, I win games, and then Fortnite thinks I'm actually good at the game. And later on in the same game, I killed the guy with the minigun. Is this copyrighted? I hope not. But I somehow got myself the mythic drum gun and the minigun. I could actually win this game. To tell you I was salty about last game would be an understatement. So when I died this game, I wasn't that mad. Nobody cares about game 68, so let's keep this brief. I wish I could tell you what happened, but I was too busy inviting Miles. And here we are, game 69. Game 69 is arguably the best game in the 100 drops, because I'm a grown man with the maturity of a 14-year-old. It's a funny number, what can I say? So when we got to the final circle, I was a very happy man. And then it went all badly. Miles was the last one left, and at that point, you know you're gonna lose, I'm sorry. It was a sad day, but I just kept on going. And what made it even sadder was that an actual person with a brain went to Weeping Woods this game. I was doing everything in my power to win this game, and I did very well. I could actually win this, oh my god. I got to the final circle and the final player tried to push me. I tried, I really did, but now I'll forever know that I lost to a person called I Like Toes. Game 72. It's bad. It took me 73 games to remember this existed. It wasn't even in the original 100 drops. I just remembered it. Okay, back to that. I just want to show off this snipe. I'm really proud of it. Let's go down to the final circle where it's a 1v1. It was an intense fight, but Skull Crusher Goku got me. Game 75 I wore an ugly skin and I paid the price. I really want this win. I will do anything for this win. Please. Fortnite. But I was startled by real people coming to Weeping Woods. I would have labelled appropriately, but Fortnite broke the soccer skins. I mean, whatever. So I settled for Catwoman. There's no correlation, this is just a nice skin. But the Fortnite gods must have been listening to my pleads, because this is what I got in my chest. And not even 2 minutes later, I got a purple scar. Thank you, Fortnite. After that extreme amount of luck, I was pretty confident that I could— what the fuck? I don't know what Fortnite is on right now, but I'm liking it. With my extremely good luck and my cowardice, I was able to make it pretty far. But I had seen the Snoop Dogg mythic person and the Eminem mythic person, so I wasn't really happy. And all it took was the player to bring it down to 4 players left to have the TNT in a bow to make me realise something. I was the only person that had no mythics. Fuck. But let's go down to the final circle where it's a 1v1. The final player most likely has every mythic in the game. I was not confident. But somehow, like most of this game, luck was on my side, and I won the game. Okay, now that I've proven that I'm actually okay at the game, I can play like a normal person. I did pretty good this game and I got cocky in the final circle. And of course, the final player got me. I actually decided to loot the bridge this game. Nothing can go wrong. Later on in that same game, I found legendary loot lying on the floor. It was not a trap, it was just laying there, menacingly. Say it with me now, I don't remember this part of Clone Wars. It doesn't even work, it's not the same fucking skin. We're getting to the end of the video, which means I'm running out of the cliche jokes. I wore the Wolverine skin in game 81. This is a metaphor, if you don't know. But unfortunately that metaphor died alongside me. Okay, I think it's time for another kill montage. I wore a Christmas skin in November. I definitely deserved this. Game 84 I went in as Booger. Unfortunately, I'm not Booger. Game 85 I was too confident for my own liking. In game 86 when I died I said a few choice words that I don't think I can repeat. In game 87 it started off pretty well. I found some very decent loot right at the start of the game. But it doesn't matter how much good loot you have, because if 4 people attack you at once, you're going to die. Look, when you've got to go, you've got to go. And that's what I did most of the game, I just hid when I could. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby. I'm gonna stop singing before I get copyrighted. And I probably lost a few viewers because of my terrible singing, so it's pretty fitting that I lost this game too. Game 89 was the first game where I got a minigun. They were so rare that I didn't even know they were in the game. But very fittingly, Eminem wanted his minigun back. And here we are, the final 10 games of the 100 drops. By this point, I just knew where to go. It was a very repetitive and simple process, but it worked. To be honest, I was just gonna hide in a toilet again, and then I got sent here. I completely forgot about this place. It is a great place to go if you remember about it. It's a very nice hiding space. So, campers, get on it. And I came back out when it was a 1v1. Maybe this was dirty, but this is how most campers get their wins.
Have to stay here on the ground. It's overrated. The cityscape escapes you with a sound. It's delineated.
It's been really interesting coming back to Weeping Woods. A lot of things have changed since the original 100 drops. For example, I was 13, now I'm old. And dead. Game 92, I kind of just kept to myself. Well, I tried to at least. But it led me to the final circle, which was in Frenzy Farm, for like the 8th time in the last 20 games. And when the storm closed in, I kind of just accepted that I wasn't going to win. But then I saw my opportunity, and I won the game. I couldn't get out the car to dance, so I kind of just shot around. In game 93, I was joined by Avery Mixer, which makes it a 50-50 if we're gonna win or not. The answer was no, we did not win. We tried to push another team, but then we got third-partied, and it all just went badly. The colour wheel would be very disappointed by my combo, just like I'm disappointed with my gameplay. In every game, someone can always build better than me. I would play zero build, but I have some respect for myself. In game 97, I found myself with the mythic minigun, so I was pretty confident, but I got humbled pretty quickly. Game 98 was a fever dream. Please, figure this out for yourself. Finally, game 99 was labelled appropriately. The soccer skins were still glitched, mine was just stuck on 99, so I had to wait for this game. So I was very sad when I died practically off spawn. This was literally the shortest game of the whole 100 drops. And here we are, game 100. I didn't want this to be like the last game 100 on Weeping Woods 1, so I was very determined to win this game, and nobody was going to stop me. Not even Romero Marone 11528. It was a tiny bit of a massacre, but when all was said and done, I found myself in the final. Oh my god, that is a horrendous final circle. But when it was a 1v1, I swallowed my fear and went out to fight. But I had a grappler on my side, and that's all I needed because I won the final game of the 100 drops. There has been so many iterations of this script. Somewhere I'm announcing I'm retiring and never making a video again, or somewhere I say I'm coming back for good and you'll see more content. And I've been trying to make that decision for the last 2 months now. And the truth is, I don't know. I tried to look at this video from the perspective of what if it was my last? Would I be happy with what I've done? And the simple answer is yes. 100 drops has been possibly the most important thing that has ever happened to me. And I understand, because anybody looking from the outside would see this channel as just a channel with 450 subscribers. And admittedly, that is exactly what it is. But to me, it's so much more. 100 drops allowed me into a community full of people who I now consider my friends. These silly little videos that were once a passion project allowed me to connect with some of the best people I know. So what's next? I want to keep going, but considering my track record, I can't say for sure. But if I am going to stay, I do need to change one thing.